Virgo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late June 2026. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Virgo collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for the beautiful Virgo collective in late June 2026? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Virgo in late June. What's the vibe? What's the energy? Let's get this going here, my good friends. We're going to have some fun today. Always like spending some time with you. Okay, this is an interesting card. We got the devil type energy. Now, this isn't like the devil within the tarot deck. There is a little bit of a difference. This card is huge when it comes to temptation. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the June subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So as you can see, we have a lot of the devil-like symbolism, which is similar to the card in the deck, but this one has tons of differences. We have the devil back there. We have the Eve-like figure. We have the serpent with the fire. We got the apple. We got the whole nine going here. So to me, I always go straight towards temptation when I see this type of symbolism. Now, that could come in a lot of different shapes, right? If there are certain things that you are trying to resist, or there are certain things you're trying to not do, whether it's thought processes, behaviors, habits, this energy to me is extremely tempting. So in this time, again, no judgment here, right? Like if you cave in on something, hey, nothing wrong with that. You get right back on the horse. That's like the vibe I always say when this card shows up. Now, this, aside from the temptation, this card does have a sort of magnetic attraction to it as well. So for some Virgos, you might be pulling a lot of things, a lot of experiences your way, even if you don't realize you're doing it. So like there is an extra magnetism that I pick up with this card too. So it's not all bad. It's just like very tempting. Now for some of you, maybe you just want to enjoy yourself, right? Like this card also has big pleasurable undertones. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, whether it's going on a trip, doing something you enjoy, a guilty pleasure. This energy is like, I just want to feel good. I just want to have a good time. So we're just going to let that chill right there. They could do what they're doing. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for the beautiful Virgos. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. So it was titled Sudden Action Incoming, and that seems to be a theme I've been seeing through a few different zodiac signs recently. Now, that could come in a lot of shapes and forms, whether it was you doing something real quick or whether it was somebody else. Like they don't even think. It's just like very reactive. And that has been a big theme. I don't know what's going on astrologically right now in the transits, but there's a lot of energy where it's act first, ask questions later. And that did seem to be a bit of the vibe I was picking up last week. So just know that energy could bleed over for a couple weeks. We're going to see what shows up this week, though. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for my beautiful Virgo friends. What do we have? Cool. All right, so we're starting off in a pretty dang good energy with the 10 of Cups. That's one of my favorite cards in the whole entire deck. Get them tucked in right there. Look at that happy family. It's such a beautiful day, and they're enjoying themselves, right? Cool. King of Wands, nice. All right, big action card right here showing up. Lots of people. Who are all these people? Everyone says that Virgo is usually signified by the Hermit, but I'm getting a lot of people showing up for some reason, which could be good. 3 of Wands, waiting. Okay, so we have an intriguing mixture. Right now I'm feeling pretty neutral about what I'm seeing here, but there could be some themes from last week that bleed over. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first glance, you know, I always love to look at the elements. I feel like that frames the reading and tells us how the energy could flow. So it's pretty cool to look at. And you have a mixture this week that is quite fire heavy, right? We got fire and water. Now, these energies can cause a little friction against each other. Like, you know, sometimes water can put out a fire. So there could be like a little safety net that we have here on the front, but this is super intense. Now, we'll start with the fire. When it comes to fire, that is the realm of action. So it makes sense with what we saw last week with very quick, sudden action. That's all fiery type of energy here. So whether it's the actions you take, the actions you want to take, the actions other people take, it's all about motivation. Usually fire is like high vibrational energy. So if you've been feeling a little bit down, hopefully you're going to start feeling up. Initially I'm okay with how this energy looks. Now, Virgo being an earth sign, too much fire can make you feel a little uncomfortable. So that's something to watch out for. This could also deal with health, wellness. It The big downside to fire, though, is the unpredictability, right? There's always a volatility to fire where it could look like it's going in one direction and boom, go to another. So there's an explosive quality that we'll keep an eye on. Now, right here on the front, this is an energy that really, really works fabulously when it comes to Virgo energy. We got water. That's matters of the heart. And I always say when we mix water and earth, which you're an earth sign, water and earth represents blessings and abundance. So matters of the heart, emotional situations, partnerships of all kinds are represented by the cups. I think of things that we are emotionally invested in. So whether it's a cause, whether it's a person, whether it's a work thing, something that we care quite a bit about. That's what's represented with the water. It could also be super creative, outside the box type of thinking, creative expression, art, writing, music, all that great stuff. The only downside with water is that it could really have a lot of swings, just like the tides. It comes in, it goes out, and sometimes water can overwhelm. So we got a mixture of things going on here. Let's go through and start building it out piece by piece. Position number one, we start with a beauty, my friends. We have the 10 of Cups right there, and I absolutely love it. And again, we see the happy family. We got the 10 Cups in the sky, the rainbow. It's a gorgeous day, and they're just having a blast. So to me, this is absolutely a card of happiness and fulfillment, wish fulfillment, actually. So we think of wins, victories, and blessings whenever this card is here. Now, for some Virgos, this could be talking about things like family, home, household, living situation. That could all be under this umbrella as well. But normally, this card, whenever it comes out, every reader's like, yes, we love this. And I do. So we'll need to see what's going on when we clarify. The only downside that I always say with the 10 of Cups is when this card flips in its reverse pattern, it could absolutely represent emotional overwhelm. So, I mean, there's 10 full cups here, right? Like, so this could absolutely represent emotional overwhelm, having such strong feelings, you don't know where to put them, don't know where to place them, don't know what to do with them. So I would watch out for that in this time. And you're not the only ones that have that type of warning here. But again, we're going to take this as a positive till something else tells us otherwise. Now, moving to the middle, we have the King of Wands, and this is absolutely a get it done type of energy. Now, for those of you connected to a fire sign, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, boom, King of Wands right there, and it's not gender specific. But for some Virgos, this could be an energy that you are embodying, especially if you have fire placements yourself. Now, kings represent control of their respective suit. That's why I'm not too concerned with the abundance of fire, because the King of Wands focuses intention, where it's like, I have all this energy and I'm going to put it here. Pardon me, this is what I'm focusing on. This is what I'm working on. This is where I'm headed. It's very entrepreneurial. It's a go-getter, high vibrational energy with the King of Wands, which is really great. The downside to him, though, is this energy could also get a little bit wild, right? This energy could also get a little bit pushy, a little bit aggressive. So that's something to watch out for in this time, whether it's you, whether it's somebody else. This energy could lack patience. So we want to keep a close eye on this King of Wands. Normally, it's pretty good, though, right? Especially if we're in the realm of action, or, this is what I'm aiming for. This is my goal. This is the outcome I want. Because notice, he's looking right at that 10 of Cups. It's like laser focused. And again, I am getting this undertone of potentially a lot of people in your energy more so than normal. So if you're energetically sensitive, just watch out for that. There could be a lot of other energy influencing yours. Now, on the back end, it's fire again. We have the Three of Wands, but this is more of a chill variety, right? We see this individual. He's waiting on the shoreline. There's ships that are coming in. A huge card of manifestation. So that magnetism I was speaking about earlier with that devil card in the beginning, all about it, right? This is an energy where it's like, hey, it's coming to you. Something's coming your way. So whether it is a situation, whether it's a person, whatever it might be, this energy is waiting to receive, which I think is beautiful. So we'll look into this further. It's like magnetically pulling something in. The card is waiting. This is also a card of patience. So when I see the Three of Wands, I also think of anticipation, because it could also be like, all right, any second now, something's coming your way here, Virgo. But I think it's good. Now, the only downside to the Three of Wands is sometimes it could wait a little too long. Sometimes it's an energy that could be a little impatient. So That's something we'll peel back as we keep moving forward. So initially, I'm feeling pretty good to neutral about the mixture of stuff we have, but I want to dive deeper on all of it, Virgo. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. And yeah, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Ten of Cups. And yeah, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Virgo, you could drop them in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Ten of Cups time. What do we got? What do we got? Thank you. Oh, there we go. Cool. This is good. This is, again, an energy that's like presenting itself to you. So we have one of your power cards in reverse underneath the Ten of Cups. And one thing I'll mention about the Knights, the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, rather, as with all the other Knights, represent action and communication. So when I see the Knight of Pentacles, one of your power cards, or another Earth sign, in reverse, it's like, I don't have to lift a finger, or there's just an energy that seems to be coming your way. I've been saying that for a while, since that very first oracle. I see it here. I'm seeing it here once again, that there's like this energy. I'm just pulling it to me. So could this be like an unexpected win or victory or a surprising one? Absolutely. Now, the Knight of Pentacles, if we put all that to the side, put the magnetism, put the win, victory type of stuff, the Knight of Pentacles is usually very slow, detailed, meticulous, right? Like it dots all the I's, crosses all the T's. So when I see him in reverse underneath this Ten of Cups, there is this certain level of peace and satisfaction. There's a certain energy of flow that I'm picking up here. Now, for some Virgos, if you are finding yourself in this place or working towards this place of peace, satisfaction, contentment, I really think that's a beautiful thing. Now, I'm not saying that, oh, there's something that Spirit doesn't want you to look at, or there's something that Spirit doesn't want you to focus on. To me, it's just an energy of not just saying whatever will be, or whatever happens, happens. There is this certain level of peace and contentment I'm picking up as well. So we got potential unexpected or surprising winner victory right here in the front. We'll take it. We have peace and contentment, which I really like. And then energy that's coming towards you, where it's like I don't even really have to do anything. It's kind of already en route. So we're going to keep moving. I'll take that all day, right? So let's see what the King of Wands has, because now we're getting to the action, right? Remember, with the fire. So let's see what the King of Wands has to say about all this. Why is the King of Wands here? Thank you. Hanged Man in reverse. It's like, I don't want to say it's like somebody doing the work for you or someone doing the heavy lifting for you. I hate saying it like that. But when I see the Hanged Man in reverse under the action card like the King of Wands, it's like, hey, this is energy that's just already on its way. It's a very similar vibe here where it's like we have the result, but we have the action leading up to it. Now, the Hanged Man, that's one of your power cards. People usually link it to Virgo and Pisces. Some people also link it to Scorpio. And when he shows up in the upright, which he didn't, he showed up in reverse here, but in the upright, he is retracted, pulled back, very similar to the Hermit. He's watching, he's analyzing, he's really trying to break things down and just see why things are happening the way they are. So this is a watcher and planner to the maximum, but he's not miserable. He's just keeping a very close eye on something. So when I see him in reverse under the King of Wands, it's like, no, now it's time to do something. Now it's time to act. Now it's time to move forward. And I don't necessarily think it's coming from you. Now, if this is an energy you're in, where it's like, you know what, I'm moving forward. Awesome. That's good. Step into it. Embrace it. Go with the flow. As long as it's part of this flow state. For another portion of you, there could be a situation that either one, that you're not fixating on too much, or that Spirit doesn't want you to hyper focus on. When I see like the King of Wands with the Hanged Man in reverse, it's like, no, just go about your day. Just go about your day. It's going to unfold how it needs to unfold, right? It's like the more you pay attention to it, the more you're going to stress yourself out. So let's keep going. Okay, that is what it is. I think it's all right. Let's keep going. It's not like you're ignoring something, but it's like the more you focus on it, the more complicated it gets, or the more it might stress you. Right. So again, don't ignore important things, but don't make it like the sole focus, because the energy's moving already and it's like coming your way. And I do get this like not even having to lift a finger type of vibe. So we got this beautiful flow state. Let's go in on the Three of Wands. We'll see what that has. Then we'll do our quick recap before we get into the shadow. So far, I'm liking it, Virgo. So why is that Three of Wands here? Boop. Yep, there it is. Cool. So we have the World in reverse. Nice. Now, the world usually represents things culminating, right? It can represent endings and the close of a chapter. It's shifting, it's changing. Um, yeah, there is this really strong energy this week of like the more you have you ever heard the term "a watched pot never boils"? Like there is something like that going on here, where it's like, listen, the more you watch it, the more you focus on it, the longer it's going to take. Like that's just how all of this combines to feel to me. Okay, and I know that's easier said than done, regardless of what you're going through. It's like, all right, well, how do I not? Right? It's something that's important to me. How do I not watch it, or how do I not pay attention to it? And there's a lot of ways to distract your energy. But it's like the more peaceful and grounded and centered the energy is, the better the result. Now, if we put all that to the side, because that is what it is, and it's shown up a couple of times, the world in reverse can represent things popping back up. Okay. Now, it could be a lot of different things. It could be reliving very similar cycles that you've been through before. So, for some Virgos, maybe there are certain things or situations that rhyme with things that you've been through in the past. Maybe it's certain situations that pop up. Maybe you hear from people you haven't heard from in a while. That's very possible with this type of energy. So, there is this like returning type of energy that I'm picking up here on the back. But then I also get this energy that's like, yeah, no, it's coming to you. Like, here it comes, here they come, whatever label we want to put on it. But it's like as long as you're not making it your sole focus. So it's like just let it work in the background. Um, let's go through and do a quick recap. And again, this could be someone else's energy. It doesn't necessarily have to be yours. But I like it. I think it's pretty good. If you kindly look in the box, though, position number one, we have the Ten of Cups, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, an energy that's coming your way. And we see this multiple times throughout the reading with this here it comes, here they come type of energy, where it's like there's peace, contentment, acceptance. It's just like a nice, cool, balanced energy that I have on the front, which I think is beautiful. So that's great stuff here. Moving to the middle, we have the King of Wands with the Hanged Man in reverse. It's like another energy does all the heavy lifting. So hopefully that's not you feeling like you're doing everything or you have to do everything. Because to me, that's how it feels here in the center. It's like you don't even have to lift a finger. You just let it unfold how it needs to unfold because it's already unfolding, which I think is a really nice thing. There could also be a situation that Spirit wants you to not, I'm not going to say don't ever think about it, but just don't make it the sole focus of your day to day. Then moving to the back end, the Three of Wands with the World in reverse, same exact thing. It's like the more you look at it, the more it delays. But for another portion of you, it's an energy that does pop back up. So whether it's a cycle that rhymes, whether it's talking or thinking about the past or situations, there is this energy that does seem to loop back around. But the main overarching theme on the sides is like energy coming to you, energy coming to you. Don't chase, allow. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. And yeah, I always like to pull a shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. What do we got for Virgo? And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. All right, let's get this shadow card out. What do we got for the Virgos? What do we got? Cool. Hey, we got our good friend here, the King of Cups, aka Kyle of Cups himself, but he has a beard in this rendition, but it's made of tentacles. That's kind of funky, right? Now, this shadow deck, if this isn't a water sign that you're connected to, the King of Cups represents emotional regulation normally. It is the biggest card of love. It's the fullest expression of the cup suit, so it can represent big feelings and emotions or working through them. So, in its most positive sense, it's like beautiful, sentimental, the contentment that we saw. That's the best aspect of the King of Cups. But the downside to him is that he could represent feelings that we can't help but control, or like feelings that we can't control, right? Really strong, intense waves of feelings and emotion. So when I see him as a shadow card, if you're not connected to a water sign, there's something here about not fighting against the current. So if you get a wave of these feelings or emotions, you just roll with the tide, feel those feelings. Nothing wrong with that. Don't fight against it. It's like the harder you fight it, the more you focus on it, like it makes it more difficult and draining for some reason. So there is this beautiful energy of flow that I'm picking up this week for you, Virgo, and I really like that. But we're going to put the King of Cups down right here, my friends. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the June subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation or you'd like to have a chat with me, you can book a personal session with me on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. My June calendar is live and spots go quick, so you could go check that out. But for the June subscriber surprise, doing another winner's choice. The winners, which will be three, will have a choice between either the Everyday Witches Tarot, which is a lovely tarot deck, one of my all-time favorites, or you can choose a custom pendant from my website, mastermetaphysics.com. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's two simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the tarot cards in the deck, which one do you feel represents you and your energy best? You could even pick multiple if you'd like. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab /post tab. My friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.